Assemblyman Jones and others have mentioned some about broadband issues, and appreciate your comments on that. And it appears that round 3 that you were mentioning will have a significant investment from the state, still almost or 225 million of that original pot left to go in along with private dollars. Your comments, you mentioned that once we have round 3, we will have commitments to get up to 99.9%. Do we have any sense how long those commitments are going to play out? You know, my district is rural, so, you know, you've heard from some of the other rural people, and right. Obviously it's hard for us to imagine now when we see some of the people not served and saying what round 2 is going to do and what round 3 is going to do. I'm excited to hear the 99.9, just still a little skeptical, you know, in hearing that. But do we have any sense on how long it's going to take?
I mean, if you look, it probably depends on the geography and the, you know, the density or the lack of density. But it's, you know, certainly these awards are given with a understanding of what the time frame is. So if there's a specific area that you're looking for, we can provide you more detailed information. I, you know, wish I could tell you exactly off the top of my head. I think next year, if we just like submit all the questions in advance, I'll have every answer. But
understood.
We can find if there's an area in particular, we can find out what the time frame is. But we're obviously, you know, having the award is the beginning of getting going on the project. This isn't a decade-long project, so we're eager to, you know, implement these ASAP. Many of them are underway, and you know, we can drill down on exactly what area you're referring to,
sure.
Who got the award, what the time frame is to complete it, and you know, it's not a mystery. I'm sorry, I don't know every award and what the time schedule is.
Understood. And I think for me, it's just we continue to get people saying, I'm not served, when can I expect it, or are there things happening? And I think your remarks today allow us to at least go and say we're moving toward that. Being specific with people is obviously more difficult.
And again, we are happy to provide more specifics on an area in particular that are concerned to your constituents. I'm sure we can do that.
Thank you. When on the transparency issue, it was asked earlier, and you mentioned about you're tracking over 6,000 grants or projects at this point, and you feel confident that you've made, in doing that, a lot of progress toward that transparency, and I applaud that. I do think for a number of us, though, the whole REDC program, which I think many of us, as you stated, has done a lot to focus regions to see themselves differently, not just islands, but as an entire region, what they might do, and the synergy of that and the connectivity of people who are on those boards, that has been extremely good. But I think some of the disconnect for some of us is there's the REDCs meet, there's recommendations, there's proposals, those go on to Albany, and then none of us really know. We wait for an announcement, but the whole process of determining who in the end is funded, this one, that one, and whatever, I would suggest there's still, you know, on my end, and I think on the legislative end, not really seeing or understanding how that full decision process is made. I think we could do better along those lines.
Okay.
And I guess, you know, the other thing is I know you responded to lump sum allocation things today, and that $300 million and others. I know the comptroller put out a bill on transparency. I actually working with my conference, put together some legislation on that would have more oversight on lump sum things that For instance, in my proposal would have that the AG, the comptroller, and the division of the budget would oversee some things so that we don't see any conflicts of interest. Because I guess I would ask, are you confident, both with this administration and future administration, that we have enough laws and regulation in place that we can be confident that there won't be abuses going forward? Or would it be good to look further at the controllers and other legislation that might provide more oversight?
Well, look, I'm, just a business guy. So I'm extremely proud of the way ESD conducts itself, the oversight that it puts on projects, the way it navigates through the myriad layers of PACB and state comptroller and everything else. I couldn't be more comfortable with the oversight that Empire State Development is providing to all these projects. I hope everyone who's left here and everyone who was here previously in their heart of hearts feels that ESD does, in fact, provide incredibly robust oversight. I understand it is the nature of, I have come to understand it is the nature of this process, that there's this constant back and forth and skepticism. I appreciate that. We're doing a heck of a job with oversight of a myriad of projects, and there are many that we took control of that were in some degree of stagnation, and many that we're accustomed to dealing with that we just do a great job with oversight and making sure that people are doing what they said they're going to do before they get the benefit that we said they're going to get. That we have a lot of experience with that, and we take it very seriously. All of our disbursements go through PACB, they go through the comptroller's office, they go through an incredibly thorough review, they go through procurement procedures and policies, and I don't know what 20 years from now will bring, but I can tell you today, right now, Monday, January 29th, and everything that I have seen during my time at ESD, which is now 3 years, I couldn't be prouder of those people, and you should be extremely confident in the way oversight is being handled.
Thank you.